What's up, Ragin Nation? My name is Alex Yu, and you're watching something that I would like to call the Wreckers Tribute video. And it's kind of like what I did for the Dreads, the Dreads tribute video, but this time I'm doing it for the Wreckers because I really like the Wreckers. They're really cool. But before I begin, I just want to say a big shout out to a couple of Ragin Nation members, TF Ragin and TF541 Productions. What's up, guys? Thanks for being part of the Ragin Nation, and thanks for supporting everything I do here. So let's get on with talking about the Wreckers, because this is a tribute to these three cool Autobots. When I first saw these NASCAR Transformers, the very first thing I thought of was that they were Stunticons and that the Autobots have some serious opposition. The fans and myself thought for a while that they were going to be Stunticons, but later on, Nelson, the admin of MichaelBay.com, eventually revealed to us that they were a team of Autobots called the Wreckers. So I decided to do more research, and that was to find out what the Wreckers are all about. And I found out that they were a concept based off an IDW publishing comic book series, and the Wreckers are an elite commando team of Autobots who are called upon in dire emergencies, and they basically start kicking on Decepticon ass. The original Wreckers team originally consists of well over 10 individual Autobots, including Springer, Hot Rod, and Ultra Magnus, and many others. In Dark of the Moon, we ended up getting Leadfoot, Roadbuster, and Topspin. Their most notable physical features was that they were NASCARs, and they were heavily weaponized. And in the movie, you'll see that they all have visors and Scottish accents. Topspin doesn't talk, and Leadfoot is short, wide, and has a beard. Before the movie, I put out my own theories as to where the Wreckers came from, and that was through Dylan. I thought that Dylan, being a car enthusiast and race car driver, was able to use his connections to build weaponized NASCARs, and that the Allspark would power them up to become Autobots. It was a good theory, but it was nowhere near what it really was in the movies. I have to say that I was the most excited about the Wreckers because I wanted to see what they can really do, and to be completely honest, I was a bit let down. And the main reason was because the amount of action they were put into was done mostly in vehicle mode. The three of them tore apart a Decepticon pilot, they shot at Shockwave in vehicle mode, they untangled Optimus Prime, and they also destroyed DevCon. But all this was happening on a very secondary point of view, meaning it wasn't the focal point of the movie. All their scenes was happening in the background, while the main focal point of the movie was Sam and Rosie. So while I was happy that we got to have them as characters, there was so much more emphasis on them in the marketing and production footage that the amount of actual time they got in the movie didn't do them justice. I thought that as an Autobot team, they were kind of comparable to the Dreads, but the Dreads had the perfect amount of screen time and gave the audience a feeling of fear and excitement during the car chase sequence. The Wreckers, on the other hand, they were just there. For a bunch of elite commandos, they sure didn't do a whole lot. They were always separate from the main battle. But don't get me wrong, I'm still glad that they were in it. The concept of the Wreckers is really cool, and it is always great to see more and different robot designs, especially if they are actual characters with dialogue. And now it brings us to the toys. We ended up getting various versions of the same characters. Each Wrecker had a Cyberverse Legion class and a Deluxe class toy. Only Roadbuster and Leadfoot had a Human Alliance version. Roadbuster and Topspin also had their own repaints. Roadbuster had two versions of his Human Alliance toy, and the main difference was really just some slight differences in the paint applications. Leadfoot also had two versions of his Human Alliance toys, and that was a Hasbro version and a Takara version. The Hasbro version had the Target department store sponsorship, and the Takara version was without sponsorship from Target because the store simply does not exist in Japan. The deluxe version of Leadfoot only exists as a Takara version. North America never saw a mass retail release of him simply because Hasbro canceled the DOTM line before Leadfoot could make it to North American shores. Originally, the release of Leadfoot was supposed to be a Leadfoot and Twin Twist 2-pack release, which had Twin Twist as another repainted version of Topspin, and it was supposed to be a Target exclusive. It never came to be. But what I'm most disappointed about was that the Human Alliance Leadfoot was never a weaponized version, unlike Roadbuster and Leadfoot's deluxe counterpart. And of course, I was disappointed by the fact that Topspin never even saw a Human Alliance release. It would have been nice to have him complete the set. But I'm at least glad that there are 3 deluxes available. It's just that Leadfoot needed to be imported to get your hands on him. And there you have it. This is what I'd like to call the Wreckers Tribute video. And I just wanted to make this video just because I wanted to spend some time talking about my favorite Autobots in Dark of the Moon. My favorite Autobot is, of course, Sideswipe, but these guys were really cool, and I would have loved to see more of them. As always, if you enjoyed this video, show me some support by hitting that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, and follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching the Wreckers Tribute video. I'll see you next time. Peace. The whole concept was to make the Dreads like these mean, vicious, alien-looking characters with dreadlocks, kind of like the Predator. Eventually, the concepts evolved and their original names were Dreadwind,